All right, everybody, how's it going? eCom Tom here, going live for you guys like I do most Fridays. And in today's videos, we're going to be going over some live sourcing. So I have a few things planned out for you guys, but I really hope that a lot of you guys kind of just help me along on this process on what you want to see with live sourcing and, what you guys are struggling with sourcing. So before we get into it, please be sure to smash that like button. Also, let's get it out to as many people as possible. Say who you are, where you're from, what level are you as a drop shipper at the moment? Are you beginner, intermediate? I saw somebody had just joined the course that they commented. There's all sorts of different levels here, and usually more beginners when we're on a live like this. So let me know where you're at and what your biggest issues are with sourcing. So we're going to go into some of the comments first, and then I'm going to talk about, just live sourcing in general. Let me know if you guys can hear me, if everything's good, because we are in a different setup. I'm by myself for the first time in a long time doing a live, but, I figured might as well start doing things by myself on my lives because I'm going to be back home in about a week now. So right now we got ZMZ started off with a message about multiple hours ago. Hi guys, do you guys make money? Yes, we do, I replied. Ray Chan says, hi, to get tax exempt in California for your LLC, do you have to pay the annual franchise fee of $800 per year to get a foreign LLC for California? So I'm not really sure. No, you do not need to be doing that. But again, talk to a CPA. It's really up to you, but you don't need to be doing that. You can register as an out-of-state retailer. Chris Andrews says, what do you do if you have no invoices for MC011? I lost them. How can you just lose invoices? That's pretty impressive. But you can just make fake invoices. But again, it's really, if you can get your invoices back, I highly suggest doing so. And yeah, before any of that, we got a bunch of people saying hello. Recently just enrolled in the course, says Artavian. Gonna be starting my store. I'll go through everything along with the virtual assistant course. That's awesome to hear. Is it necessary to register an LLC with dropshipping while dropshipping? So it's not 100% necessary, but personally I do. I do have one. So, with that being said, we got a lot of people in here, and I want to just go into some live sourcing. So I want to show that there's multiple different methods that you can be doing. First off, you don't need to be following everything I teach. And you can really be doing some of this on your own. Again, it doesn't always have to be something where you're following a strict game plan, like, oh, this has to be 5 times in the last 30 days, or oh, this has to be, 10 sales or more in the last 15 days. It doesn't really matter what you do, as long as you're making sales and as long as you're doing it, you're doing what works for you. So I'm going to show how I would go about, or how I had in the past gone about sourcing by hand, sourcing items by hand without Zik Analytics or anything like that. And then I'm also going to be going into, using Zik Analytics, how I use it, why you should be using it, and how to really make it extremely easy for yourself to be using it. So that's about it for what I'm going to be showing. So I'm going to share my screen right here, and then I'm going to bring YouTube over here so I can see your comments. And let me know if you can see the Skew Grid screen. I'm on Skew Grid right now. Yeah, you guys should be able to see that. So let's get into it. So basically, here we are at skewgrid.com, and most people are saying, oh, I'm having issues with this supplier, I'm having issues with this supplier. It doesn't really matter all that much as long as you're finding a good supplier. And before we get into it, I also forgot to mention, be sure to check out my Instagram down below. I do have a brand new Instagram. Be sure to give that a follow. Dropping new content on that all the time. 2 posts a day. And we are running a sale right now. It's called the Stimulus Sale. That's running out at the end of the day, I believe. So that's in the description down below. Check that out. And if you're new here, check out the any sort of free, just any sort of free mini course that we have down below. I believe it is a retail dropshipping mini course. So I forgot to plug that. That's what happens when I'm in a different element. So here we are. We're in skewgrid.com, and a lot of people are like, oh, you can start with Walmart. It doesn't matter what you start with, but if you scroll down, the reason why I use Skew Grid is because they have so many different suppliers. They have over 400 US-based suppliers, or 500 US-based suppliers. And again, if you're just on skewgrid.com, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 right off the bat. Don't use Amazon. Please don't use Amazon onto eBay. Walmart onto eBay is definitely something that you can start with, but again, you always want to be working on something that's easy and then getting towards a more obscure supplier. So any of these suppliers could work. These are definitely the most popular ones out there. That's why they're the supported ones right here. So it's going to be, pretty easy to find items from them. And Skepsy TV says, nice haircut. Thank you very much. I did it about an hour ago myself. So you can also click on see all supported stores. This isn't going to break it down. Well, it will say right next to it whether it's AU, Australia, UK, Canada, Denmark. You know, the US ones, I believe, just don't say US next to them. It's a given that it's US at that point in time. So you can find anyone you want here. And the easiest way to be finding these items, whether you're using, you know, your own software, Zik Analytics, whatever it is, you really just need to be finding their private label brand. So let's go up here to these top ones. And everybody knows that I always talk about Walmart. Their private label brand is Mainstays. Oh, very easy to find Mainstays private label items. Let's just look at something else. You know, how are we going to find private label brands? Because private label brands will lead us to the end supplier or to the person that's dropshipping on eBay and Amazon. So why is that? Why is it that they are, you know, private label brands are the way to go? If you know this already, then I'm sure you're saying it to yourself at the moment. And it's mainly because if that supplier, like Overstock does sell on eBay. So besides Overstock, if that supplier does not sell on eBay or Amazon or whatever you're dropshipping on, and you find their private label brands, what does private label a brand mean? You know, somebody that teaches private label, you know, for Amazon FBA, private label, it means you're making your own brand. You're making your own brand identity. You own that brand. So if Sears has a private label brand, that's Sears' personal brand. If Sears has a personal brand, that means that, you know, nobody else owns that brand. Sears owns that brand. If Sears isn't selling on eBay, if Sears isn't selling on Amazon, and you find that private label brand on eBay or Amazon, then that means that somebody is dropshipping that item. That person's dropshipping that item. It's a clear giveaway at that point in time. So that's why these private label brands are so strong and why you need to be looking for them. So let's just do a quick search. You know, let's not do Walmart. Let's do Lowe's right here. Lowe's private label brands. And it's as easy as literally just Googling it. At this point in time, without even having to click on a link, there's already a box that shows up. It says Lowe's brands include Cobalt, Allen & Roth, Blue Hawk, Style Selections, Project Source, Harbor Breeze. These are all brands you may have come across, but you did not realize that they are owned by Lowe's. So if we want to do this, a different one, let's duplicate the page. Let's do, a lot of people like Home Depot. Home Depot private label brands. At this point in time, here we go. They have ChemDry, Behr Paints, Homelight, Martha Stewart Living, Omnimedia, Ryobi and Rigid, American Woodmark Cabinetry. So they have a lot right here. That's their own private little brands. Let's get into one that a lot of people don't talk about. I really don't use them or have ever used them, but you know, let's just say Wayfair. Do they have private label brands? Wayfair, I don't know, rolls out a new private label home furnishing brand called Targeting Millennial. So you might have to get into it. You know, find something like Wayfair rolls out, targeting millennial online shoppers, cost saving. Wayfair exclusives are targeting millennials. See a millennial. Flesher said it doesn't seem to have a brand. If I wanted to go through all of this, you could probably find it. Wayfair's new hashtag home. There you go. Hashtag home. That's probably what it's, you know, why they say they're targeting millennials. So let's just go onto eBay, and for, you know, giggles, let's just type in hashtag home. Here we are. So this looks like it's something that could have been from Wayfair. So we're going to come up here. We're going to look. Somebody's dropshipping. Hopefully that's not a student. Again, if you want to find the item, all you need to do is go to the description, find something in the description, and search it. At that point in time, we found it on Wayfair. So that's $71.99. They're selling it for $65. It doesn't look like it's the same one. 25 by 10 by 18. This one is 25 by 10 by 18. This might be something that's going on sketchy. This is definitely the item right here. I'm not sure if there's a way to get discounted gift cards or anything. Like I said, I don't know how Wayfair works. I don't really use them. But it clearly goes to show, it seems as if somebody's drop shipping them. It seems as if somebody probably used Skew Grid to get the variation listing up here. So at this point in time, you know, it is what it is. You know, you found an item. So that's the biggest thing that I feel like a lot of people don't really try to figure out. They don't try to figure out the private little brands like Bed Bath & Beyond. You know, if you wanted to find a new supplier, then why not type in Bed Bath & Beyond private label. Let's just keep it at that. So here we are, private label finally. Chainstorage.com, whatever that means, is launching its first ever private label brand. There are already more in the works. The new line is called Bee and Willow Home. So here we are, Bee and Willow Home. We go on to eBay instead of hashtag home, which doesn't seem to have that many listings, but somebody did list it. Maybe they listed it at the wrong price. Maybe they screwed up. Who knows? But, you know, it is what it is. Somebody's definitely drop shipping that. I went to, here we go. We're going to get rid of this. copy this, and paste that in there. At this point in time, we found B and Willow Home. This is this is it. These are people that are most likely drop shipping it. Again, if you want to spend the time, I'm on a live right now. I don't have the time to be going through every single thing, but just open up these listings. If they have a normal, like a background that looks like it was to be on a Bed Bath, and this is literally screenshotted off their website. That's impressive. That is a bad image. If it looks like it came from their website, maybe the person doesn't have that many feedback. Maybe you check the description and it's literally the same exact description. At that point in time, I would start looking and seeing, oh, are they dropshipping? This one kind of looks like they're dropshipping. This looks, if I was to guess, to be a template from Skew Grid. At this point in time, B and Willow. Let's just search this. We found B and Willow on Poshmark. We can just search the title. The title doesn't seem like it's changed very much. B and Willow Home, Holding Reversible, Queen Quilt, White Gray. Search. This looks like a pretty similar one. Again, it looks like it's just a different color. That looks like it could be it right here. And at that point in time, 90 bucks. They're selling it for, what is this one? Queen? Full/queen? $99. If you're a member, I don't know what that means. Again, I don't use Bed Bath & Beyond. Then, here you are. This is you possibly found an item. So that's pretty much the basic of doing all this by hand. At this point in time, you build a list. You have all these suppliers. You have all these brands now. Just put them in a list. This is B and Willow is Bed Bath & Beyond. What was the other one? Hashtag Home is Wayfair. And then at that point, you're just really going to be just pillaging through people's stores. If you know that this is a US-based supplier, search them in Google first. Not always is it going to pop up right away like it did for Lowe's, right at the top. Like, honestly, it couldn't get easier than this. If you just typed in Cobalt, you're going to find people that are selling used tools most likely, but you're also, if it has a background image, like a white background like this, most likely somebody is drop shipping this item. You don't even have to go into the item, but I just did by accident. Just search this. Cobalt 227, I mean. Lowe's for $199. They're selling it for $135. Again, Lowe's has some sketchy things that people do to get cheap prices here. I'm not sure what they're doing, but it does look like, again, like they're drop shipping it in some way, shape, or form. So the number one thing you need to do is, first off, find the drop shipping suppliers. Then you really want to go into how they're getting these prices this low. There's always little tricks and tips to the trade. Discounted coupons is what Lowe's really used to be. Lots of cash back. Gift cards, discounted gift cards. I know people used to use on Lowe's all the time. So at that point in time, you need to make sure that you can actually compete while doing some of that. Let's check this one. Here we are. This is 20 bucks. They have it up for $30. It looks like it's a similar listing. The pictures are different, but they could have just been new. Oh, this is the same one right here. This is the same. Yeah, and they sold 13 of them. So, this person's making money on it most likely, as long as Lowe's has free shipping. And there you go. We found a profitable item. Add it to a profit sheet. Whatever your sheet is, make your own sheet. Do whatever you want. It's really all about just becoming as self-sufficient as possible and finding some of these items. So I'm going to go to some of the comments right now. We're going to read some comments, and then let me know if you guys want to see a second part where I'll talk about just breaking this. Well, let's break down this person's store by hand before I go into some of the comments as I sip my Monster. I go to this person's store. I hope this isn't a student. I'm sorry if it is. I've gotten yelled at many times, but I can't help it. I really can't. I really can't. There's endless amounts of students nowadays. So they really don't have that many listings. They have 19. It looks like they just practiced drop shipping a couple things from Lowe's, and then a lot of it's personal items. But, let's see if we can find this. I don't know what this is. Let's get rid of a lot of these tabs so I don't overload my computer. It says new with tags. They've sold 2 of them. I have no idea what this brand is, what supplier it could be, but let's just search it. And it looks like they're selling it from either Amazon, Nomad Outdoor. It's currently unavailable. But it does say Sportsman's Warehouse right now. How expensive is this? $50. Also, look for a manufacturer's part number. If you can't find it right away, look for a manufacturer's part number. Okay, we're getting closer, but nobody's selling it for anywhere close to as cheap as this. So I'm not sure where they're finding it, but I'm sure if you put in enough effort, we'll probably be able to find it. So I've never seen this brand, and honestly, that one kind of leaves me dumbfounded. This person doesn't have very many dropshipped items on their store, honestly. So if we go back and find another person that's dropshipping Lowe's-based items, let's just type in Cobalt again. And we'll skip the person that had a really low one. Let's go to this one. 5-pack of assorted pliers. Definitely looks like it could be drop shipped. They sold 9. They only have 2 feedback. I hope this isn't somebody from my course either. And here it is. It's 20 bucks. They're selling it for 30 bucks. So they're making money. I believe the shipping is free. So, we found this one item. At this point, this person only has 2 feedback. I feel bad. But you go into their store, they have 14 items. Here you go. You can pick apart their store. Also, if you search it by sold listings right here on the left-hand side, now you can see which one of their items are selling. I don't know what this item is. Ended listing. Search this in Google. And now we found, I don't know what this website, Costco, most likely Costco. There we go. 90 bucks, $116. We found some profitable items here. They sold this one time already. They only have 2 feedback. The store is probably just created. I'm sorry. I did not mean it. Again, you're going to be going through their store and really picking them apart. So I'm going to go back to just a view of myself, and let's just talk about some of the comments here. So let me know if you guys have any questions on that, and then I can go back into Zik Analytics afterwards. So be sure to stay around. Also, be sure to smash that like button. I forgot to mention that. I forgot to mention a bunch of things at the beginning. So thank you guys very much for showing up. We got 62 people here. Again, this is my first time doing a live by myself with this many people watching in a while, so I'm sure I've made a bunch of mistakes already. But be sure to smash that like button. I would very much appreciate it. So it says, where are we? How much does it cost to take care of all my sales tax? What do you guys recommend? Do it with TaxJar or have an account. Honestly, TaxJar is a very good program, so I would use TaxJar. I personally use TaxJar if I were you. But again, I'm not a tax expert, so it's up to you on really what to do. If you hire a CPA, it can tend to get pretty pricey, so keep that in mind. I recently just enrolled in the course. Looking forward to starting my store after I go through everything along with the virtual assistance course. There you go. Thank you very much for, first off, purchasing the course, Artavian. I hope you love it. And let me know if you have any questions while you go through it. Jason's here in the comments. I believe he just walked into the house as well. I could hear him. Hello, Jason and eCom Tom. It's only just me, Mike, so I don't know where you saw Jason. Lazy Abram, yo, how's it going, man? Claudio, S. Carpenter, hi from Maryland. Claudio from Canada. Time to sleep here in Spain. Here, beginner level eBay seller just asked to verify my eBay account. So again, we've had a bunch of students recently, or at least some, where they go, oh, eBay just banned my account. And then I asked them, what happened? And then it turns out one person didn't verify their account. The other person had funds that they owed on another account, and they didn't pay them. Because of that, eBay banned them. After they paid, guess what? eBay unbanned them. So make sure that you go through all of the proper verifications at the beginning, because you're gonna most likely get banned, like a 3-second ban, as long as you call them and be like, oh yeah, here's verify myself through public record. I'm good to go. So make sure to do that. I'm watching from India. That's awesome, man. I got followers or watchers from all around the globe at the moment. Caleb from California. If you see myself looking this way, I'm looking at my other screen. Experienced dropshipper, about to get back into it. There you go, Mike. You should never be taking time off, honestly. But I can understand, if issues happen or if something happens. But if you get a good enough system with virtual assistants, you should be able to just keep this running nonstop. You should not have to take time off. In the last 2.5, almost 3 years since I've started, the only time I've ever taken off was on Amazon, when I've gotten in trouble for specific things and then wanted to lay low for a bit, not fully banned, but I was like, all right, I should probably take a little bit of time off, make sure everything's settled, everything's good, and then back to normal. So make sure that you have a great system in place with virtual assistants, and really make sure that you are, doing everything that you can to keep your stores up and running. Because if you can keep it pretty much automated, then it's just money in the background that you're making. Well, where's the bearded dropshipper? Jason was out, but again, I'm moving back to Massachusetts in about 7 days from now, I believe. So I figured I might as well do one on my own. I believe I'm going to do one more live before I move, and the move might take like 5-6 days. Who knows how long it takes to drive from Nevada to Massachusetts, so that'll be fun. But yeah, just keep tuned for that. I haven't started yet. My question is, which location should I add when I list my items? So again, this is another pretty much, not to say useless question, but it's a question that's asked all the time, and it's never mattered. So don't worry about what your location is. Just put multiple locations. I feel like every single day or every single live I come on, there's people that are asking, the very beginner questions that I don't know how they've gotten, it's perpetuated itself through the community so much about item location and, using what software. It's been pretty much the same. I think almost everybody in the eBay dropshipping community preaches just about the same thing, or pretty damn close to the same thing. I might be one of the only ones that goes out there and says, go use obscure suppliers, but pretty much everybody uses the same exact software and preaches the same thing. And I don't know where people might be watching old videos or something. I'm not sure, honestly. Where are we? Where do you find U.S. wholesale suppliers for electronics? So honestly, I have a video on how to find U.S. wholesale suppliers. I have another one coming out, and that's going to be my next live. But, Google's going to be your best bet. You can say electronics wholesale suppliers, wholesale dropshippers, electronics, maybe niche down into something specific, like if you want speakers or something like that, then do that or search that. That's going to be your best bet. I think that's where you're going to find your most results, is when you niche down and go something specific. You could do, like I've said before, an example is if you're looking for kitchen things, or kitchen items dropshipping, wholesale dropshippers, or if you go wholesale dropshipping luxury appliances or something like that, you're going to find an actual dropshipper a lot easier when you niche down on a search phrase like that, because it's more targeted. Hummus or Hummus, your name's Hummus, that's pretty good. Navarra says, hello, you live in Mexico, awesome, thanks for showing up, man. Angelo, I'm having trouble with selling. I have 50 products and not having sell. Can you guide? So honestly, Angelo, you're based off how you type, it seems as if you might not be in America, or if you don't have tax exemption, it's going to be hard to compete on price. So if your price is not competitive, then you're not going to be making sales. So you need to make sure that your price and your handling time, yes, during this point in time, handling time is a little iffy. During COVID-19, some suppliers are falling behind, and it's getting worse and worse as the weeks go on. Some suppliers are really doubling down and trying to stay as on top of it as they can, and they're the ones that are the best ones to be going for. But at the moment, if you're no matter what time it is, whether there's a pandemic, no pandemic, whatever, if you're not anywhere close to the ballpark on your competition and price, then you're not going to be making sales. So if you have 50 items, first off, that's one thing. And then if you didn't source good items to begin with, the way I showed you, if that, I just found multiple items within a couple seconds, found a wholesale, or not a wholesale supplier, found the private label brands of a supplier, searched those private label brands, found a drop shipper, looked at their items. Those items have been making sales. They were priced at, the two that I found were priced at $30 or $29.99. If you multiply it by 0.88, that's going to take out the eBay and PayPal fees. So, they're making about $5 or $6 each one. That's about 20% profit. I just did the math. I thought you guys could see my calculator, but you definitely can't. So you really want to make sure that you are price competitive and that the items are selling. Those items that I just found had sold multiple times at least. 5 times in the last 30 days is good, and I'll show you that with Zik Analytics in a bit. But again, it really, as long as they've sold, it's probably going to sell again. So Skepsy says, nice haircut. I appreciate it. I've been cutting my own hair for 5 years, so having no barber during the pandemic was not an issue for me. Jason's here, says Ziz. Jameson Social, yo, how's it going, man? So W. Travis is talking about a supplier that I talk about in the course. Please don't do that, but you already did it. Trying to use Webster on free shipping for $99 a month. How is it? No, nobody gets that. If you're inside of the course and you are trying to use the Plus program for the supplier that you just mentioned, It's not gonna work. Just you have to use the regular just website. Like that doesn't work. It does not work that way. You have to pay like $50 to get a new address every single time. That question has been asked 6 times in the private group in the last like 2 weeks. So please pay attention to the private group. You know, there's a search bar for a reason, so you can search the question that you're about to ask beforehand. That goes with any group, any Facebook group. There's a search bar on the left-hand side. Search there first. I can guarantee you your question's been asked 45 times. No exaggeration. Is Tom going solo today again? Yes, I am. Preparing for the real world out there. Are suppliers delivering during this pandemic? What if we start and get stuck? Well, it's very easy to know if a supplier is delivering during the pandemic. Pick up the phone and call them. I had a wholesale supplier got accepted by today. Tell me that you're accepted, but we're not drop shipping during the pandemic or at this moment. So, you know, I can do everything I want with that supplier. I have access to them. I can source items. You know, I'm sure that there's people that have sold from them the last 30 days. I'm not sure when they shut down. I can try to find, you know, matching items all across Amazon if I wanted to, or eBay. Maybe people are buying them in bulk and still selling them. Their items are still out there. I can source them all. I just can't list them yet. Now, hold on to them for a while. You know, if you think that they're a good supplier, then hold on until later. You know, they're always going to come back, most likely, unless they just never come back after the pandemic. But you never know, but hopefully that does not happen. Jameson Griffith says, hey, Tom, how's it going, man? Jameson has showed up to literally every single live I think I've ever done in the last probably 6 months. So give that man some props. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. He's very dedicated, and he's going to be the one killing it in dropshipping because of that dedication. We got Josiah here. You're showing it too fast. I'm sorry. I'll slow down in the next example when I go back into my computer. Hey, Tom, how do you handle a return if your obscure supplier gives you a return label that says from your billing address instead of the customer's address? It's not a problem. I don't see why that would be a problem. It's the return address. It's to your billing instead of the it says it's from your, no, that's perfectly, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's a mistake most likely on their side. But again, it's like they're dropping it off in the post office. Worst thing that happens if that does not get dropped off, or if it doesn't get delivered back to the supplier, then it goes back to your house and then you just complain to the supplier again. Obviously it's their fault. They're messing up. It's their, like, you know, it's on them, or just contact them again and say, hey, that's not what I wanted. Maybe they'll fix it, maybe not. Skepsy says, I have about 4 of your courses, VA, eBay Manual, Amazon Wholesale. Is there a link to have access to all the courses together instead of having it? Yes, there's a link somewhere. Message me on Facebook after this because I'm not the one that knows what that is, but I can find it for you. eCom Tomcat says, smash that like button. Thank you very much, eCom Tomcat. Been on all the lives as well, on the private Facebook coaching group as well last week. He got to talk with me. It seemed like you were amazed that we actually conversed physically in person. Everybody that I had on the private Facebook or the private coaching group on the call last week, I brought them in and I actually had them ask their own questions in person, turn on their camera, turn on their microphones. It was pretty cool. I really liked it. And that's how we're going to run them from now on. So hopefully you enjoyed that as well. Anybody else that was there on that one. Do you drop ship from AliExpress? No, I do not drop ship from AliExpress. I've never drop shipped from AliExpress. I consistently, almost every single live, I would say, just talk bad about AliExpress, and I do not think you should be selling from them. You know, there's extremely long lead times. There's shoddy items. You don't know if you're ever going to get the item. You know, like, you have to really vet out the suppliers in order to do so. Yes, there's US-based AliExpress suppliers. Honestly, it's not, people say that it's a wholesale supplier. It's not a wholesale supplier. It's literally like, it's the Amazon of China. It's really not worthwhile. Again, like, a lot of people make the argument, oh, well, you can sell it anywhere in the United States. I mean, anywhere in the world instead of just in the US. You can make enough money selling just in the US. And I can guarantee you, because I've done the global shipping program, I've done other things like that, I can guarantee you that it's going to be a lot less hassle in your life when you start selling items to strictly just the contiguous 48 states, because you don't have to worry about, oh, this item got lost on a street that has no name in Italy somewhere. You know, things that you just don't know about other countries. I don't know why people want to be sending packages there. You know, maybe Canada, but like at that point in time, that's all I would really do. And I still don't even do that. So I don't suggest AliExpress. I continuously talk down upon them. Is getting started drop shipping on Amazon harder than eBay? I would say staying drop shipping on Amazon is harder than staying drop shipping on eBay. But getting started, it's most likely the same amount of ease. Their account creation process is a little challenging, I guess, depending on if you've ever had one in the past or if somebody in your family has or something like that. But really, it's not that different than, dropshipping on Amazon is easier, in my opinion, than dropshipping on eBay. But it's harder to get, to stay dropshipping, to run an efficient store, make sure you don't get banned, all of that. But like the listing process, the ordering, customer service is not very big on Amazon because they don't really know how to even message you. And thank God Amazon has it that way. At that point in time, it's honestly easier to dropship on Amazon, but keeping your store on Amazon is going to be the harder part. Where are we? Thanks for the advice on Instagram this morning. Much love from San Diego. You're welcome, man. Glad that you enjoyed my advice. Ali says, I'm from Israel, and all the new account is always getting banned. What can we do to solve this issue? Honestly, I'm not from Israel, so I'm not sure. I'm sure it has to do with the fact that you have multiple banned accounts, and you keep making banned accounts connected to the same other banned accounts. That's probably why they keep getting banned. But I'm not sure what you did in the first place to run into that issue, so I'm not really sure. Skepsy TV says, I got MC011 as well. A bad time to dropship from Harbor Freight. Everybody just loves throwing out their different suppliers from inside of the course today. 27 orders of the same item. Took 3 to 4 weeks to ship them. They also refused to cancel. A lot of cases for the same item. So, I mean, you gotta realize, if you're getting, I don't know how short of a time period that was in, but if you're getting 27 orders for one item, like, you might think deep down inside yourself that that's great. You're like, yeah, I'm selling so much, this is awesome. But you have to realize that if you are making 27 orders of that item, there's most likely an issue. Unless you've been selling that item like multiple times every single day. If like, there was one time earlier in the pandemic era when the toilet paper was going out of stock, and I had never really sold toilet paper from one of my suppliers. Then all of a sudden I sold like 8 rolls. I didn't even know I had toilet paper listed. Sold like 8 rolls of toilet paper in one day. At that point in time, I realized there's an issue. I had never sold this item before, and now it sold 8 times in one day. There's clearly an issue here, and the issue was it was out of stock at the supplier. If you start selling wild numbers of this item that you've never really sold that much before, you need to realize and have some sort of fail-safe in place that, if you see that 5 orders come in or 6 orders come in, this item's just never sold before, that you should probably check on it, because that sounds like a big issue. So I'm sorry that you got the MC011, but again, there was ways to have avoided it there, I believe. I lost invoice and got an MC011. You already said this, Chris. I'm not sure. I don't know how you lose invoices. They're literally on the website that you bought the item from. So I would probably just try to go get them back. David Samo says, do you use a different eBay account for each supplier? No, I do not. It kind of, but I don't do it on purpose. I use different eBay accounts for different methods. Like retail dropshipping is one eBay account. Wholesale dropshipping is other eBay accounts. It's all split up between retail or wholesale. Amazon, not so much, but on eBay, that's kind of the way it's ended up, just because it's easier to make new accounts on Amazon, and I just like splitting things up that way. But you don't have to, and I don't really think that you don't need to split up by different retailers. I think that that's kind of just overkill, and it's gonna end up being like way too much work for no reason. Where are we? Does putting keywords on the pictures help? Again, if you're finding good items at good prices that sell a lot, and you have good handling time and you can compete, putting keywords on the pictures is going to be the least of your issue. You know what I mean? That's the smallest little factor to the game. It might help a bit. I don't really think it matters that much. Technically, it's against eBay's terms of service. You're actually not allowed to add writing or any images or anything to your pictures, so that's technically not allowed. I've never heard of anybody getting in trouble for it. I've done it myself personally. I just don't think that it's really worthwhile. Where are we? You should mention the coaching call program. Great value and personalized. I love it. Yeah, so I actually did mention that without reading it. So yeah, we do have that inside of the actual paid course. If you're in either of the eBay courses, then you can opt into a bi-weekly coaching call with either Jason and I, or just me, or just Jason, depending on the week and what's going on there. But we did finally just open it up to, people get to come on, talk to us personally, ask their questions. It was kind of like, it went very long last time. It was like an hour and 40 minutes. It was like a hangout. It was pretty cool. I really like that version or that way of doing it, and we're going to continue to do that in the future. So if you are interested, we are running a course promotion at the moment, and you do get the first month for free, I believe. So that could be a benefit to, getting into it. Do you recommend doing both wholesale and retail on eBay? Yeah, you might as well. I don't see why you wouldn't. As long as you're making sure that you do it right. Like if you're doing wholesale improperly, and then you're gonna end up getting MC011, which could possibly affect your other account, then I would not do that. So Jeff Burkhart says he finally made a live. Oh, that's awesome, man. I appreciate that you're here. So we're gonna go into I showed sourcing earlier by hand, and finding private label suppliers, find them by hand, and going through somebody's store. But I just want to show you the power of Zik Analytics, and just not to get confused. There's 65 people watching right now, and I can guarantee you not everybody has used Zik Analytics before, and not everybody really knows how to use Zik Analytics. But I want to show you that Zik Analytics has so many different things that you can do on it, and none of them really matter. I think people look at Zik Analytics and I'm sure you guys were going to say oh, and it's such a versatile tool. No, none of the other, they have so many different things on the left-hand side of their website that you can click on and use these different tools. They don't matter. They literally do not matter. So anybody that's going out there and saying, oh, you need to use this tool, or you need to use this tool, or Zik Analytics pushing this new tool, they don't matter. So I'm gonna share my screen here. I'm gonna come over here, share my screen. Here we are. I'm gonna bring up the YouTube comments just so in case I see something, and let me know. I'm sure you guys can see my screen. Yes, you can. All right. So this is the last part of this coaching session here. And I'm going to go down and try to find something that has more feedback, which most likely means that they have more listings, which means that I can find items from them easier. So this person does have more. I'm sure this person's dropshipping. It seems like they are. They did put their keywords on the picture again, but does it matter? I don't think it really matters that much. I'm not sure if this is somebody that's dropshipping, unless they make themselves look really official in doing so. Let's just look this up. So it's 16. Oh yeah, they're actually, as long as it's the same battery. Wow. All right, so they're doing pretty well here. This is in fact a drop shipped item. It seems they do have a bunch of different pictures. Oh, it says free store pickup. They may have bought something. I don't know if they're drop shipping it. They may have bought a bunch of them. Let's go back and find something that's definitely drop shipping items. So right here, we already found this person, I believe. Oh, that's somebody else that literally just started selling that same exact item and is actually making sales with it. There's a lot of new people here. I feel bad for sniping new people's stores. I just don't feel like a good person doing that. Oh, let's do this. So another brand from them is Harbor Reeds, because I feel like you can get a lot of All right, so here's somebody that's clearly drop shipping. At this point, we can search it. We found the item on Lowe's. It's 30 bucks. They're selling it for 38. I'm sure they're making money in some way, shape, or form, or else they would not be doing this. So, what are we going to do? We're going to go into Zik Analytics. We're going to copy their name first. We're going to go into Zik Analytics. Now, you might be overwhelmed. You're inside of Zik Analytics. You're going, wow, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. I'm not sure what is really happening. You could click on this, Zik Pro. Oh, should I do the wholesale product database thing, Tom? Should I do this? Title Builder. Oh, here's the school where they teach you a bunch of pretty much useless information. And I'm not talking down or bad about them. There's just a lot of things on Zik that are completely unnecessary. I understand why they have it to make their tool more robust, but in reality, it ends up confusing a lot of the beginners, I've realized, and there's really no point in having any of it. So category research, still not needed. Product research, not needed. All you need is this little button right here. This man that looks like a little spy. Competitor research tool. At this point in time, you're just pasting their name in. So let's look at the process here. We found a supplier. We found their private label brands. We searched their private label brand inside of eBay. We know without a shadow of a doubt, or whatever that saying is, that this person drop ships Lowe's items onto eBay. So does this person. So does this person. So does this person. So does this person. So we already found a bunch of people. We can search all of them if we wanted to. Now all we need is their name. We just need their name. And then we're going to go into Zik. And instead of having to go into their store, click on their items, and look at all their items, we can go into Zik, search their store. They have 16 active listings. This is the first one. This was this person right here. 16 active listings. They're from Bulgaria. They've sold a lot. They're selling a lot. Honestly, they're doing very well. 13,000 in sales with 16 active listings. And here's all their items. So you need to realize, people are most likely creatures of habit. The fact that they are selling from Lowe's means that a lot of their items are most likely from Lowe's. And if not, you know for a fact that this person's a drop shipper. So if it isn't from Lowe's, then you just found a new supplier when you do find out who it's from. So at that point in time, if you wanted to find this one, you click it and look, this person started listing, February. They've been around for a bit, but like really not that long. Actually, that one's been around for a while. They've sold this item 1,300 times. Like they're clearly barely even listing on this account and just selling these same items extremely well. So I'm assuming this one might be from Lowe's again. We'll search the title, reverse search it in Google. Oh, and this one's from either Home Depot or Lowe's. I'm not sure. $12. Same price. You could probably use either or. For bed bugs. Hopefully you don't have those. I had them once in my fraternity house. It's terrible. So yeah, $22, $12. You can look at the description. The description really isn't telling much, but again, we found the item. So now we found another item that we can source, snipe from them, and list it ourselves onto eBay. So again, it's a continuous cycle. Once you found somebody, you can take all of their items. It shows how many times this item sold in the last 30 days. This item sold 132 times in the last 30 days. That's wild. Almost every single item on this person's store is good to snipe. I say 5 times in the last 30 days. That's pretty much all of their items in their store. So that's one person that's killing it. At that point in time, just move on to the next person. Take their name. Here you go. Copy. Paste their name into Zik Analytics. And now we found another person with 17 listings doing 5,000 in sales. I know that these are most likely from Lowe's. This is from Costco, I believe. That's what Kirkland is. I believe this is from Walmart. This is from Costco. So again, you found other suppliers. Maybe you didn't know that you just, only Lowe's was there. Here we go. We found other suppliers. Maybe you weren't looking at Costco. You found Costco. Maybe you didn't even know you could dropship from Costco, and I just told you, even though I talk about them in my course. There you go. You just got free information. So Zik Analytics is what is appearingly or is seemingly a very confusing program. But if you break it down to the basics, you really should only be using one part of it. Just competitor research. Search people's names, snipe their items. If we're going to go based off 5 times in the last 30 days, we found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different items. There you go. Take those items. See if you can compete on price. See if we can compete on price on this one. I'm pretty damn sure this is from Lowe's. It's one of these. I believe it's this one. Yeah. $36.50. This one's $30. Ships. I believe it's free shipping. I'm pretty damn sure it's free shipping. So you do $36.50. Oops. Times 0.88. That's pretty much taking out all your fees and then minus. So you make $2 profit on it. Lowe's has a ton of different ways like cashback portals, different coupons. I'm not sure if they allow... Oh, and they're doing $10 shipping. There you go. So if there is shipping, then they're covering it. That's pretty much it. It's dropship from Lowe's. This person's not doing it just for the fun of it, just to, just for fun. They're clearly making money off of it. So hopefully, this helped. They're making money. You just need to figure out how. And again, I don't use Lowe's, so I'm not really sure what different coupons or schemes or tricks they're using. So that's about it for my sourcing guide today. I know it was split up over 2 different little parts, and if you just got here, then you missed the first part, so you're going to have to watch it again. So if you do like that, or if you did like that, we got 73 people watching right now. Please be sure to smash that like button. I'm going to get to the rest of the questions here. Ask your last questions. We got, 17 minutes. I'll go over time here. You know, I want to get as many questions answered as possible because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do another live for a bit. So I want to really make sure that this is a good one. And there we go. So let me know if this helped. You know, like, I think a lot of people overthink it. They go, oh, wow, like, well, I don't know if I want to sell a must-e sink or whatever that brand is called, or I don't know if I want to sell a fan. I think that dog food's going to sell better or something like that. It doesn't matter. Don't have emotional attachment to these things. In business, you can't be making decisions based off emotion. It's the same thing with if you're playing the stock market or if you're gambling. You can't be making decisions based off emotion. It just needs to be cold, hard facts. You know, like, what is the probability that this item is going to sell? If it's sold 132 times like that one item did in the last 30 days, and I can make profit on it, then you need to be listing that item if you want to be using that supplier. You know, that's it. You can't be just picking random items off their website. You can't just be searching around Lowe's.com going, oh, this flower pot might look good, or people might want that. Once you get good enough, yes, you can. But when you're a beginner, and if this video, you know, it is more for the beginners, then, you know, it's really not something that you should be doing or trying to, you know, find items on your own. So Sharif W says, having difficulty finding profitable items. Finding them is easy part, but the items I find always seem to be selling lower on eBay than at the retail site. Advice, you might be looking at, you might be doing your research the wrong way. Again, not every single item you're going to be allowed, or you're going to be able to drop ship for a price. Just because it's on eBay does not mean that it's being drop shipped. And if you follow the techniques that I show inside of this video, then you should be pretty good on your items. I'm suffering with Vero. You do not have solution? Question. I do have a solution. Why would you tell me I don't have a solution? There's a little Chrome extension called Vero Checker. There's a bunch of things that you can do. Look up Vero Checker Chrome extension. Look up the Vero list on eBay. Make sure that you're paying attention and not listing the items that you're getting hit with Vero again. Just don't do that, and you should be good to go. So, hey Tom, I just wanted to check in. Your course and YouTube over the last 5 months have helped me so much. This is Vinny doing 50,000 on eBay. Now you rock and have the patience for this. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you're absolutely killing it, and keep it up. But you also said, LOL. I just got an MC999. That is an eBay reversal in my favor. Thanks again. I don't even know what that is. Thanks again, man. I am with you. Do the work and see if the questions have been answered 100 times. Any cheers, man. Yeah. Questions have always been asked and answered multiple hundreds of times in every single group. Where are we? Yes, sir, says W. Travis. I'm not sure what that was. Maybe in you talking about a supplier that was inside of the course that you shouldn't have. Please don't do that. eCom Tomcat says, maybe I'll turn on my camera on the next one. Oh, that'll be then you'll be talking with Jason because I'm not going to be on the next one. But you can still do that. I really did think that was a cool way to connect with the students, and I haven't really talked to people before except for the ones that have like paid me for coaching, and that's more like like one-on-one coaching for an hour. It's kind of different. It's a different mentality. What's the best plan to get for Sick Analytics? So again, there's a bunch of fancy doodads on the left-hand side that you don't need. All of those fancy doodads, the wholesale database, all that stuff, all correlate to more expensive plans. So if you look at the plans in which I said category research is all you need is the lowest price plan, whatever that's called, starter, whatever. I think it's like $30 a month. Then you're good to go. That's all you need. That's literally all you need, and you should not be looking into anything else. What do you think about Shopify dropshipping? I think that if you're a beginner, you should not start with Shopify dropshipping. You have to think about the parts, how many moving parts there are with Shopify dropshipping. People get confused with eBay dropshipping. People look at the course and go, oh, wow, that's a lot of moving parts. Or they look at what I'm teaching on YouTube and say, wow, that's just too confusing. That's not for me. If eBay dropshipping isn't for you, or if that's too confusing, then Shopify dropshipping is going to be light years over your head. Because not only do you have to do all of the product research, you have to find the suppliers, find the good items, make sure that you can make money with these items. Then, so that everything that eBay has, then you need to get into creating a website, something you don't have to do on eBay. Have you ever created a website before? Sure, there's templates out there, but they're not going to look great. Or if your template's just a template, then it's not customized and it's going to look like everybody else's. Is your website converting? On eBay, every item looks the same. You click on it, you really can't do very much besides the title, the description, and a few other things. At that point in time, there's really no differentiation. But on a website, if your website breaks, they scroll halfway down, it breaks, then all of a sudden your website's useless. They're going to leave your website. If your website has a high bounce rate, then it's not going to show up in Google as much. Then also, not to mention the fact that you also have to get people to your website. You have to get people via ads, Instagram shoutouts, Facebook ads if you're running Facebook ads, or Google ads, whatever it is. You need to pay for that. Very little people run a Shopify store based off strictly SEO. And if you do, it's going to take a long time to get there. You need to be paying in some way, shape, or form to be playing. And at that point in time, it's going to cost more than eBay. And there's a lot more issues with it. You might as well find good selling items on eBay, Amazon, that eventually you might want to private label or put onto a Shopify store or do something else with them. But if you start off with Shopify dropshipping, I can guarantee you're almost set up for failure. Most people that start dropshipping on Shopify are going to be using AliExpress, and I can guarantee you, if you have no idea what you're doing, you are going to fail. Most likely, 99% chance you're going to fail. Just received the email about dropshipping from eBay. Is my account done for as far as flagging? Still made a few sales today. So honestly, if you got that email, then you're most likely using the wrong software, the wrong suppliers. I would make sure that you're at least following some of the rules. And at that point in time, I'm not sure your account's flagged when you get that email. I haven't gotten that email on an account in like a year plus months. So I'm not sure, because those accounts are already flagged, the ones that got the email. But I'm not positive that your account actually gets flagged when you get that dropshipping email. They just say you can't be top rated, but I've seen people still get top rated too at that point in time. So I'm not too sure. Tom, the reason why is because it was a month ago and it's not there. That's why I asked. I did. I don't know. What are you talking about? Oh, about your invoices. Walmart and Home Depot, it shows the customer. If you're dropshipping from Walmart and Home Depot, you don't have an invoice. You have a receipt, first off, and it's from over a month ago. It's still in your account. I can guarantee you that, because there's items from over a year ago that are inside of my Walmart account. So Chris Andrews, you have literally no idea what you're talking about. First off, second off, those aren't invoices. Those are literally receipts. If you wanted to, you can manipulate those receipts and make them look like they're going to your house, which makes them look like you shipped them from your own house. I've seen people do it and get away with it. Again, it's not the best to begin with, but there are plans or people that, I show inside of my dropshipping course, I'm not sure if you're inside of it, that you can contact to get the fake invoices so that you can get on MC011. And at that point in time, you're usually pretty good in the future so that you don't have to worry about getting it again. I've very rarely seen people get it twice, although I have seen somebody get it once. So that it's not out of the question, but it's definitely not something that's most likely going to happen. I fell behind on my fees because of bad money management trying to run 4 stores when I was a beginner. I put my stores on hold, paid them all off, now focusing on 1 store until I scale. VA time. Yeah, it's definitely, a lot of people do get into the mindset of, they're making money online, got to keep growing this. And I can understand, Jameson, how it's hard to, be taking care of your fees or actually be paying attention to what's going on inside of your stores. But again, you need to realize that anybody that's doing this should be in this for the long run. You shouldn't be in this because you want to make 131 sales of that fan that I showed earlier a month, and then the next month just be gone. 131 sales of that fan will probably, if that fan was making like $5 profit, say, that you're gonna make like $500 something, $600 something. It's gonna be good. It's not gonna be bad money for one item that you listed. But again, it's gonna what is it in the long run? Because if you make it 1 month, you make $600, then your account gets banned, or you don't keep up with your fees, or you're just not even making money. You don't even realize it. That later on down the road, you're gonna be screwed. So you want to be paying attention to what's in the present and growing slowly, making sure that you're really trying to pace yourself for the long run here. Yes, I was there. You answered a lot of my questions. Thanks. Oh, that was on the group coaching, I'm assuming. Glad that you liked it. Slow shipping. Call companies 2 to 3 hours on hold. Leave your phone on speakerphone and do things on your computer whilst it's on speakerphone. There's things that you need to sacrifice in business. You need to realize not all of these businesses out here, these suppliers, first off, even want you to be doing what you're doing. Dropshipping. They're not set out for you to be doing so. So the fact that you're in their game, you're in their ballpark at that point in time. If you get into wholesale dropshipping, sure, then they're going to, that's kind of their job. That they accepted you for wholesale dropshipping, so they should be more, on top of it. But at that point in time, it's your job to be in their ballpark and listen to what they're doing. Put your phone. I've called the Iowa Department of Revenue last year probably about 17 times. And I was on hold for probably more time on hold on the phone. I could have driven there faster from Colorado. And I still kept calling them. You're in their ballpark. You need to, it's, nobody said this was going to be easy. So I'm sorry, Claudio. Zik is a beautiful tool. Yes, it is. It is a great tool. I very much so like it. Hey, Tom, if my promoter listings graph is not stable and jumpy, is that a sign? No, that's not a sign for a flagged account. First off, you're probably looking at the clicks. There's 3 different graphs for, promoter listings. There's sales. Sales is going to be the most bumpy. There's clicks. Clicks are going to be less bumpy than sales, but still kind of bumpy. And then there's impressions. That's usually a very smooth graph, and that's the graph that I would look at over time. So we're winding down here. I'm going to try to get through all the last questions. Also, be sure to please smash that like button. Let's get 40 likes on this video before I get off. I do think that 40 is a great point to be going for. So I need 10 more likes here on this video before I get off. I'm going to answer every single question and then some until I get it. So I would be very much appreciated. We got 63 people on here right now. It was just up to 80. I don't know where 17 of you guys went, but hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any other questions, ask them. I'm going to get to all of them. I wish I knew how to use Lowe's. I see people killing it with them. Again, Daniel, you're a smart enough guy. You're inside of the course. There's a lot of things given to you. Narrow down what's the possibility that they're doing. Gift cards, coupons, which I'm pretty sure Lowe's got rid of, so you can't use those, so take that away. Gift cards, discounted, cashback portals. That's really about it. So just try to figure out what they're doing, and if they're doing that, then it's pretty much breaking it down. It's a process of elimination. What are these suppliers doing? What is this person doing on this supplier? How are they becoming, competitive? Is there tax exemption? There might be. I know that there's tax exemption on Lowe's for Pros back when I was using them a while ago, but I'm not sure if there was on Lowe's.com. They may have changed their policy. I'm not sure. I know Lowe's does have its own Lowe's credit card, I'm pretty sure. If you buy from them, then you get 5% cash back. I'm pretty damn positive that's a thing. They could be using that. So again, there's a bunch of different little tricks here that it could be the trick to the trade that you need to figure out. Yes, there's people killing them. They may have been taught something special inside of Sully's course that seems to only focus on Lowe's. There's a bunch of other suppliers out there though. I got MC011 and they need invoices. I use Amazon, Walmart as sources. Should I bother with it or just start with Amazon dropshipping? If you're doing Amazon and Walmart onto eBay and you want to start Amazon dropshipping, then you're mostly going to be doing that wrong too. So I wouldn't move in that direction. I would really start moving towards the direction of trying to get your account back. I've seen so many people recently getting their MC011s undone. And really, it seems as if eBay's either being lenient during these times or if they're, just as stupid as they may be. They're accepting a lot of things that I've never seen before, like some really badly done fake invoices, some really badly done manipulated Walmart receipts. Like they're accepting pretty much anything and getting people out of MC011. So that's one thing that I would really say you should probably aim for, is that over trying to just start on Amazon. Because if you're getting MC011 on eBay and you're using Amazon onto Walmart when you definitely should, and Walmart onto eBay when you definitely shouldn't be using Amazon, makes me think that you probably won't be doing Amazon dropshipping properly, and you'll get banned, and that's a lot harder to get undone. So I would focus on that. So we got 41 likes. I'm not satisfied. We need 50 likes before I get off. Now we got 71 people watching. We need 9 more likes before I get off. But I'm going to answer. Oh, God, I have a lot more questions to answer. I should stop fishing for likes and answer questions. Snipe them all. Let your VAs sort it out. Very true. Snipe every single item if you wanted to. Or just have your VAs sniping them all and then listing them and sorting them out themselves. Either way, as long as you're sourcing, finding the items is not the issue, and I don't see what the issue with finding these items are. Hopefully, if you listen to any of the videos, I've pretty much taught the same thing since the beginning of this YouTube channel, which is almost 2 years now, guys. Almost 2 years I've been on YouTube full time, it's always been the same thing. Find items from a supplier that is from a supplier, and then 5 times or more, 10 times or more in the last 30 days, and then that's it. It's pretty much what it is. So just take it simple, don't overthink things, and then just try to find a way to be competitive. Because if you know that somebody's dropshipping it, then you know there's a way to be competitive. You just need to figure it out. How is dropshipping on eBay ever going to be sustainable if everybody just snipes each other and lowers the profit margins? First off, you don't have to be the lowest profit margin. Second off, sniping people is really a more basic, is for the basic beginners. Again, my VAs are still sniping people, but how did these items get onto eBay in the first place? You have to think about that. Was it the chicken or the egg that came first? Somebody had to have listed these items first. So once you get more advanced, you're going to have an intuition. You're going to realize, hey, this item's not on eBay. Let me try it out. I've given my VAs before free reign, so just list whatever the hell you want. And they've listed items, and lo and behold, they sell. Sure. Is there less guarantee that the item's going to sell? Yes, there's less guarantee that the item's going to sell. It's not a guarantee. There's never a guarantee that the item's going to sell, on eBay at least. On Amazon, I'd go as far as say there's almost guaranteed. But, at that point in time, if maybe 1 out of every 3 or 4, 1 out of every 3 sells when you're sniping from somebody that the item sold more than 10 times in the last 30 days or whatever, then maybe when you're just listing up your own random products, and maybe your method's 1 out of every 10 or 1 out of every 15 sells. But still, you're still making sales. From there, you might be the only one on that item. People probably won't snipe you or find it for a while. And then at that point, you're getting sales that other people aren't. It's if there's a will, there's a way. And if you're doing it properly, you'll always diversify yourself, and you'll never have to worry about what the masses are doing. eCom says, hello, how's it going? Should I open a business account or a personal account for dropshipping? It doesn't matter when you first get started, but I always move towards the business account as fast as possible. eCom Tomcat says, wise words from a pro. Hi, Tom. Please, how to build an LLC. You don't build it. You definitely just create it. Not U.S. resident for international. So again, I'm not an international. We have somebody inside of the course that does help internationals get their LLCs. There's another international inside of the course that also created a Udemy course that I believe has gone live that I'll probably send out an email or something about. And it's pretty short but concise and to the point on how to be doing it. I need to be watching it. I need to watch the full thing. I've watched the first couple videos. But it's pretty good. It gives you everything that you need, how to make a U.S. PayPal, how to get a U.S. phone number, how to get U.S. business, everything, address. You'll be good to go after that. Just received the email about dropshipping. All right, so you already asked that one. Just got my account back from MC01. There you go. Thanks for the wisdom, Tom. Second month doing it part-time and did 25K with less than 100 items. There you go, Taylor. That's awesome. I hope that wasn't one of your accounts that I showed earlier because I showed some newbie accounts. But I'm glad that you're killing it, and this is the best time to get started. So like I said beforehand earlier also, there's a ton of course students in here, and you see them showing up all the time. Those are the people that are dedicated. They're not only do they have the course, which gives you more than enough content, to actually be successful. We had somebody email us the other day that they did 170,000 in sales in the last 30 days. There's people coming out of the woodworks that are absolutely killing it. And we had an international come out and say that he did 72,000 with a screenshot. And I had never heard of this man really before. And all of a sudden he's doing 72,000 in sales in 30 days. A bunch of people doing 60, 70, 80. Another person from Amazon just did 67,000 all wholesale on Amazon. So, they're absolutely killing it. If you want to get in on this is the best time. People are at home. They're stuck inside. They're quarantined. They can't move. They can't go and get germs on themselves. Like, they're buying on the internet. And this is Amazon showed a 30% increase. eBay has an increase. I think Target's online shopping saw like a 230-something% increase during this first quarter. This is the time to get started if you've never done this before. So if you are interested, like I said, we do have a course promotion link down below. Check it out. There's a promo link for all 3 courses, whether it's wholesale eBay, retail eBay, or retail Amazon. If you have any questions on it, ask me later or ask me on Facebook or something, or Instagram. DM me on Instagram. Also, be sure to check out my Instagram. Give that a follow because I need to get it to 1,000 followers as quickly as possible. And yeah, so I'm going to get to the rest of these questions here. Where are we? Starting out, do you just recommend a single listing each of more items, or do you recommend more listings of the same few items that you think will sell well? So thanks for the advice. I don't even know what that question means. Just list as many items as possible when you first get started. Oh, we just hit 50 likes. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. We need 55 likes now. We need 55. I need 5 more likes here. Caleb says, this is a little off topic, but can you speak on how to get extreme listing limits? No, that literally... All right. What up, dog? Oh, how's it going, Eric? Sorry I didn't get back to your last message. I was getting prepared for this. And also I realized something on Instagram that I need to tell you later. Sold high ticket item on shipped from a U.S. supplier, but shipping company they use have bad reviews. I'm worried my item won't be on time. Does eBay give us additional times? I'm not. You should be fine. Thanks for the answers, Tom. No problem. How to hide price from Lowe's? How to hide your price from? Oh, okay. It doesn't really matter. Not. How many times do you get an item in your actual delivered to you that there's an invoice inside of it? There's not really that many times that there is one. And even then, at that point in time, if there is one, people don't complain about it. They don't see it. Most people, if you're buying on eBay in the first place, you need to realize they're most likely an uninformed purchaser. You know, eBay is not thriving like Amazon is. Can you still be making tons of sales on it? Yes. But in retrospect or in perspective, if you're looking at Amazon compared to eBay, they're really not even that close. eBay is a great beginner platform, but sales-wise, Amazon absolutely kills every single other platform out there. You know, so if they're buying on eBay, they're most likely not very informed in the first place. You need to realize that they probably don't care. Like, I've bought items before on Amazon, just bought it. I just buy it. I don't check the package. You know, most people don't do that. And I still know to check the package, and I still don't because I don't care. You know, if I get it fast, then I'm happy. And that's pretty much it. Have I been drop shipped on before from Amazon or on eBay? Most likely, most definitely. But, you know, most people do not care. You know, back when I was doing Walmart onto eBay, which I'm pretty sure does have an invoice most of the time, you are going, I've seen maybe like one in every like 1,000 people, maybe 2 in every 1,000 people will complain. So it's not a big deal. Script to pass eBay suspension. I don't have one. Promoted listings, dashboard, just changed today. Yeah, I think that was yesterday or 2 days ago. I did see that change. It's pretty weird looking. But it's pretty much the same thing. Like you said, yeah, it's the same information. It's pretty much the same thing. Do a sourcing example again. Okay, I'll look at your vids. I have tons of videos on sourcing. Again, rewatch this video. It gets put up every single time afterwards, although YouTube's been very slow with it. And, you know, I got 4 questions left, and I need 1 more like. Somebody disliked it. They're haters. We need 55 likes before I get off this. We got 68 people watching. There's a 13, 14 person discrepancy. I need 1 more like. Hasm says $2. He gave me $2. I appreciate it, Hasm. Thank you very much. Can we use Walmart to dropship on Amazon? No, do not do that. You will definitely get in trouble if you do that. I've heard of some crazy things Amazon's doing to check that, you know, if you're dropshipping on Walmart onto Amazon, like image recognition software and all sorts of reverse image searching and stuff. It's not worth it. I would not do it. Just stay away from them. There's tons of other suppliers out there. War says, I'll look at your videos. Simone, I'm from Europe and I'm planning to start with eBay dropshipping. Do you suggest retail or wholesale? I'm not sure if wholesale distributors would accept to work with a non-American business. So first off, if you're going to be doing wholesale onto eBay, you're going to be getting a US-based business. That's why we have people inside of the course to help out, you know, people from outside of the United States. So you're not going to have a not out of the, you're not going to have a not, you know, out of the US business. You're going to be in the US. So that's one thing to say. And also, it really depends on what you want to be doing. Retail is, you know, it's definitely not as long term. You can definitely still be doing it. We have students inside of the course, like I said, one doing 170,000, primarily using Walmart, I believe he said. So we have people that are absolutely killing it. Again, do I think that it's the most sustainable and long term? No, wholesale is definitely a lot more long term. So be sure to, you know, just weigh your options. It's really up to you. Recommend me a good VPN. I don't really use VPNs, so I'm not sure. How long it can take me to make 1 to 2K profit a month. So I hate questions like this, honestly. How long is it going to take you to make $1,000 to $2,000 profit a month? You should not be looking at it that way. First off, it really depends on how much effort you want to put into it. You know, there's work. It should be how much work is it going to take. It's going to take you a lot of work to learn the ropes, and that's how any business is. If anybody could just pick this up and do whatever they wanted and just start all of a sudden being the best eBay dropshippers there ever has been, then everybody would be doing it. But there's a reason why some people fail, or a decent amount of people fail, and there's the people that succeed. The people that succeed are the people that put work into it. So you shouldn't be looking at it as how long is it going to take for you to make this money. It's how much work does it take, and it's going to take a decent amount of work. I'm not going to lie. So take it as it is. Thank you for the $1.99 as well. Best funny TikToks, but again, you shouldn't be looking at it that way. If you do everything properly, within 2 to 3 months, you should be doing that, as long as if you're a complete beginner learning from scratch. But again, it's really all up to how much effort you really put into it. A lot of people think, dropshipping is for me. I'm going to be your best student ever, Tom. And almost every single person that's ever told me that they're going to be the best student ever hasn't turned out to be the best student ever, because they overestimate their willingness to sacrifice for this business, or to sacrifice to learn something new. It's like me starting off eBay dropshipping from scratch again would be like me trying to learn coding from scratch. Like, I don't know how to do it. I have no idea what I'm doing, and it seems very confusing and foreign to me. So you need to be learning all this stuff as you go, and really work on creating a great base for yourself, and then going from there, because you shouldn't be looking at it like and I get this question every single day, so I already have a prepared answer basically for you. That's why I'm going off on it. But it's a lot of people will be like, oh, how am I going to make $10,000, or how long until I make $10,000 a month? And it's not going to happen for a long time. You need to actually work at it. So hopefully that answered your question. Hey says, thanks, Tom. Yeah, my metrics are back. Great. Messed up for a minute with AliExpress using them with a US warehouse. Definitely never using them again. Another person that tried AliExpress that is done with AliExpress. Surprise, surprise. Glad that you learned, though, in the long run. I will look at my software. Thanks, Tom. I think I got the MC011 for shipping delays due to the virus. Metrics for tracking uploaded went below 70%. That is not good. How many Walmart receipts should I send? They didn't say. Again, I'm not sure. I would not send in your straight up Walmart receipt. You need to be changing the address that it's shipped to your own address. And people do it with Inspect Element. So I would look into that. That might be the way to go. And then lastly, eBay hold my money in the last days. I don't know what is the cause. You're most likely in PayPal jail at that point in time. Once you upload the tracking number and the tracking number shows delivered, then you are usually good to go, and the item should get, the money should get put back into your account. So that's about it. I answered all the questions. I went 11 minutes over for you guys, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you missed some of the sourcing or anything like that, then check it out after this video. It's been weird, but it'll go up like an hour or two afterwards. If you are new here and you want to get started with retail dropshipping free mini course, then check that out. That's in the description down below. If you haven't followed my Instagram yet, I highly suggest you do so. I'm going to be going live on Instagram tomorrow for 15, 20 minutes. Usually they're shorter, 30 minutes. Last time I did it, we had like 17 people on, and I only had like 400 followers. I got like 700 now. So it's a very engaged group, and I appreciate anybody that does follow the Instagram. Also, let me know if you have any suggestions for any lives. I'm going to try to get one more live out before I do move across the country or drive across the country. It's going to be great. And lastly, I have 3 more likes that I need. We're going to get up to 60 likes. Please be sure to like this video. If I can get 3 more, it would be very much appreciated. It'll be one of the most liked videos that I've had out there on a live, and it's all because of you guys. So let's get it out to as many people as possible, the people that need help sourcing items, that have been having issues, that are struggling, and really need to see this. One last question. Which one do you think is better? Why? eBay or Shopify dropshipping? I answered that question in the beginning. eBay is going to be much more beneficial for you as a beginner, and you do seem like a beginner. So you definitely look for eBay. Don't start with Shopify. So hopefully this video is helpful. Again, please be sure to like this video. Also subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, I forget to always say that. Hit the little bell notification. You'll get notified every time I post a video. I'm going live, something like this. Make sure that you're keeping up with the content, because e-commerce is constantly evolving. It's constantly changing. There's changes every single day, especially during the pandemic, and you really want to make sure that you're on top of this. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next live.